Hello guys, today I want to talk about few things that nobody else is talking about regarding the Retroid Pocket 2 Plus. So recently I did a review kind of video about the Retroid Pocket 2 Plus in which I actually missed couple of points. So this also serves as a fill-in gap, as a as an addendum to that video. So without further ado, let's um, get into that. So the most important thing that I would like to point out, a feature that is present, which is very rare to see nowadays, especially in phones, is the presence of FM radio. This thing is an actual FM radio. You don't need Wi-Fi, you don't need 3G, you don't need LTE. You can listen to actual FM radio using your Retroid Pocket 2 Plus. So since ages, the chipsets that are made for by Qualcomm and many other manufacturers has the capability to um, capture and play FM radios since ages, meaning maybe a decade or more, right? But what has happened is, I don't know what is the undercurrent. Company stopped, even though the capability is there in the chipsets that they use. Most manufacturers stopped um, supporting this feature or enabling this feature in the mobile phones. Um, a, one of the There are two exceptions. Mostly Sony and LG continued to support FM radio, actual FM radio, on all their flagships. I am so sad that the LG stopped making flagship. I am a fan of the LG V series. I still use LG V series, starting from V30, V40, V50, V60. All are excellent phones. But the market current decided something else. Anyway, back to the subject topic. So this particular Retroid Pocket 2 Plus uses a chipset called Unisoc Tiger T310, which is actually a fully qualified mobile phone, smartphone chipset. Right, there are few mobile phones made on it, and it has got a LTE 2. But in Retroid Pocket 2 Plus, they didn't include a SIM card slot and the antennas needed for having an FM radio, and maybe the plumbing need and the microphone. That will add a lot of additional baggage, right? So if you add the smartphone feature, then people may look for camera and then microphone and then all this. So all those part of the periphery is not included in the PCB and in the Retroid Pocket 2 Plus, but they put the FM radio feature, and they also didn't they took the effort to include the FM radio in their firmware. So this FM radio uses the headphone as an antenna for if you want a little bit more sensitivity to the receiver. But the thing is, right, normally in mobile phones what they will do is, when you start the FM radio app, it will check if the headphone is present or not, and it won't even let you to try to tune if the headphone is not present. But in this particular app, they decided to not include that check. So this can play FM radio even if you are in a good signal area, like near to the station, not too far from the station. It can play the signal without a lot of problem. So So beautiful. So if you are a listener, if you are still a listener to the actual FM radio, you can easily listen. So that's one most important feature that nobody is talking about. So let's go to the other features, right? So this Retroid Pocket 2 Plus, if you are not that keen on playing Android-based games or games which need Play Store, right? And also you can keep the Play Google Play services disabled, which will give you a little bit more performance to um, your retro games, right? Um, so what you can do is you can go to settings, you can go to handheld settings, and then you can go to Google services and keep this. If it is enabled, just disable it, right? So, and also um, you don't need the Wi-Fi for most of your stuff, right? So if you're playing retro ROMs and if you're listening to FM radio, you don't need Wi-Fi. So there is so anyway LTE is not enabled, and if Wi-Fi is not enabled, and if you are somebody who don't like to keep radioactive devices near your bed, but you can quite safely use this play and keep it near your bed, and also use it as your FM radio, use it as your music player. It supports music player. You copy few of your MP3s to your SD card and you can play. It's a very good music player as well as a local video player. And then you can have the alarm set, right? So this can be your alarm clock, um, which you can safely keep even underneath your pillow. No worries. This just disable the Wi-Fi. There is nothing radiating from this thing, right? So that's the second feature that I would like to point out. Now, because this is an Android based device, right? Uh, it can you can even use this as a media player, right? And one thing that I would like to point out is that you can install the Kodi app in this. So um, so if you are someone who have a lot of enough of shares with a lot of old movies or something or videos, whatever, you can use this as a local player, or you can even copy the your favorite videos that you like to watch and sleep, or you like to take it with you, which don't need a lot of detailed view. Like an example is if you're a watcher, if you like to watch some black and white movies and go to sleep, right? So if you're some person, you can use this for the um, for watching black and white movies using Kodi. Um, so when I tested, I found that this is a very capable video playing device. But when I use the Kodi from the mainline Kodi app and try to play an old no most videos, right? So most of them play, but when I try to play H265 HEVC content, I think the decoder is not included or something. It didn't play well. So maybe the next version of the ROM can take care of that. Um, Other than that, yeah. So this is a pretty good media player for 4x3 content, and especially if you are traveling, you're taking